Hello friends, I am Dr. Vinod Shinde. We have discussed in the last lecture about the alcohols as a chemical disinfectant, their properties, their mechanism of action and their uh, practical application. Now we will discuss about the next chemical disinfectant, that is halogen. Halogens or iodine is one of the oldest and effective germicidal agent or halogen. Chlorine, iodine, bromine and fluorine are in the free state as well as in the compound state are active in the germicidal action, but only chlorine and iodine are of the practical use. The reason behind that is the fluorine or fluorides are highly difficult to handle and irritant to handle even at a lower concentration, and bromines are strongly irritant as well as difficult to handle and explosive in nature. So fluorine and bromine are not used in the disinfection purposes or as a chemical disinfectant, but chlorine and iodine are more effectively and more precisely used as a chemical disinfectants. In that also we use in day to day life we use chlorine as a disinfectant. Chlorine is one of the most widely used disinfectant either in the form of gas or in certain chemical combination. Chlorine gas is used as a disinfectant to filter water in municipal water supplies, or chlorine gas is difficult. Chlorine in a gaseous form is used to filter water or disinfect water or purify water. But chlorine gas is difficult to handle unless special equipments are available to dispense it. So it is applied to drinking water in the final concentration of about 1 parts per million or 0.1 parts per million, that is 0.1 ppm or 1 ppm. The calcium hypochlorites of chlorine and sodium hypochlorites of chlorine are widely used as a disinfectant in dairy equipments, and chloramines represent another category of chlorine compounds used as a disinfectant. The chlorine is one of the most widely used disinfectant in the disinfection or filtration of water in the municipal water supplies or chlorination of water. In that, chlorine gas is used, but it is difficult to handle unless the special equipments are available. So sodium and calcium hypochlorites are used widely for the disinfection purpose in the dairy industry or dairy equipments as well as in the water. The chloramines represent another category of chlorine compounds as a disinfectant and sanitizing agents or antiseptic. The simplest of these is monochloramines or NHCl2, chloramine T and azochloramides. The germicidal action of chlorine and it has a compound is due to its formation of hypochlorous acid in the flea and when free chlorine reacts with water. Similarly, hypochlorites and chloramines undergo hydrolysis with the formation of hypochlorous acid, and hypochlorous acid is further decomposed. Uh, the oxygen released in this reaction, that is nascent oxygen, brings about the microbial destruction by oxidation. Combination chlorine with protein in the cell membrane and enzyme is also responsible for the death of microorganisms. Chlorine is employed as a household bleaching purpose on open wounds, to treat athlete's foot, to treat other infections and as a general disinfectants. Chlorine in the form of hypochlorous acid. When chlorine reacts with water, it produces hypochlorous acid. So sodium and calcium hypochlorites, when react with water, it releases hypochlorous acid, which is used, which purifies the water, and in the process a nascent oxygen is released, which acts on the destruction of microbial cells. So this is the chlorine. The second halogen is the iodine. In the pure form of iodine, it is bluish black crystalline chemical element having a metallic luster. It is slightly soluble in water but radially soluble in alcohol. The element, that is sodium or potassium iodide, are used as as a germicidal agent and in the form of referred to as tincture of iodine, that is the solution of iodine. Iodine is also used in the form of substances known as iodophores. Iodophores are the mixture of iodine with a surface active form of substances known agent which act as a carrier and solubilizer of iodine. Iodophore possesses the germicidal characteristics of iodine and have an additional advantage of non-staining and low irritant properties. Iodine is more often used as a germicidal agent. Uh, the practical application of iodine has been a household disinfectant for wounds, cuts, and scars. It is poisonous, irritating, but it is highly effective in germicidal action. It is chiefly used for the disinfection of skin. It is effective in the iodine preparations and other purposes like disinfection of water, sanitization of food utensils, and disinfection of air. Iodine vapors are used in the disinfection of air. Mode of action of iodine is mechanism by which iodine exerts antimicrobial activity is not specially understood, but iodine is an oxidizing agent and this may act for its antimicrobial action. For oxidizing agent, and this oxidizing agent can be irreversibly oxidized and inactivate essential metabolic compounds like proteins and with proteins with sulfhydryl compounds or groups. These are the halogens that are used for the used as a chemical disinfectant. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the heavy metals that are used in the chemical disinfectant. Till then,